Hey guys, new video here. I get a lot of questions about what I'm doing with my Atlas and stuff on stream, so I'll make a quick video. This should be in no way a guide, like don't really follow this. This is just like kind of what I'm doing, right? So my Atlas bonus right now is 122, and this changes pretty frequently. At the end of like end game, right? I think it'll be at 120. 126, 127, because I haven't done these three Guardians yet. I gotta make a boss killer for that. And I haven't done Hall of Grandmaster. So that's 4. So I guess 126 will be my final completion. And what I went ahead and did is I'm not gonna talk too much about vaults because you can watch like other guides for vaults. When I run vaults, I want to keep myself safe, if you know what I mean. Like I just don't enjoy it at all. So I'm not gonna talk about vaults too much besides like selling them. So what I did is I completed all of my T1 through tier 9, and that includes all the tier 9s as well. For tier 10, I shaped my channel. The section blocking is not like right here, so don't pay attention to that. But I shaped my channels, and there's a few reasons for that. Number one, I value having fun in the game over everything else, right? It's like fun first, then efficiency, then like, money making stuff second. So channel, I just really enjoy the map. It's minimal backtracking. If you run, you run it the same way, it's same layout every single time. For my test with Abiscos, it was like 1 humility card on average per channel. So after running them all day, you get a lot of divine orbs, right? Or you can sell them for, what is it, like 9 chaos if you want. So that's pretty easy mode as well. Also, it's for the builds I like to play, like shield charging is okay on channels. You don't get stuck on too much. And the AoE, even with like the AoE nerfs, if you roll less AoE on a map, you don't really notice it on channels because the channel is like, it's like narrow enough where even with the less AoE roll on a map, your skill feels really good. And I was playing things like Discharge, and I'll play other things later. But so channels, it just feels super good. Also, as you can see, my Elder and my Guardians are kind of anchored right here. So as long as so once I like do a few other maps anywhere else on the Atlas, Elder pushes up here. And then what ends up happening is that I just swap between Shaper Elder over and over and over again. When I do one, it flips to the other side. I do that and then flips back. And it adds some mobs to the map and obviously some shaped items. I don't really pick up shaped items anymore unless they're jewelry, but because it's not really like the highest tier map. So that's another added bonus right here. Sextant blocking is really nice. It's like 4 white sextants. If you have like hundreds of these, you can even like unshape these, right? And then like use another white sextant here, but that's a little bit like too much for me right now. So I use 4 white sextants. The blocking is all around here. You can watch some sextant blocking guys. I won't talk too much about that, but it's really good for sextant blocking. And that's like a question about like waterways, right? People ask like, hey, why don't you do I don't even know where waterways is. Is it here? It's right here. Yeah, like there's no sextant blocking here, and it's red. It's red maps surrounding it, and you get like 90% avoidance rolls on red maps. And from a personal standpoint, I just don't like the 90% avoidance roll because I don't get to see my Gore Herald, and so that's why I don't run waterways. So I really like channels. Really easy map, really fast. Overall, a lot of monsters. Like it's a big map, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but it just feels good to me. You drop a lot of 6 sockets. It just feels good. Another thing about this is for my T11, there's a couple things you can do. I've done fields here because I want to test out fields, but from a pure like money making perspective, okay, once again, disregarding running vaults, you can also do your Spideys as your only tier 11, and that way once you have your Atlas bonus like kind of like this, I was actually dropping more Spideys than channels once I had my Spidey shape. So Spideys right now I think it's like 4.55 chaos. So you can, and like channels are like 2.5, maybe 3 chaos. So you can like sell every Spidey you have and then like buy channels if you need them. You might not even need to that much. So there's some money to be had if you don't want to run the Spideys, right? And if your tier 11 is only Spider Force, that's the only one that can drop, because this isn't connect. See, this is connected to like white maps and stuff, and I guess like yellow maps. So it actually can't drop any like other tier 11s. So that's a bonus there. For tier 9, what I did is I used to have like strand shakes. I just like running strands. It's funny. Strands is like bad map though, don't run it. And then so you can make sure that your vault map is your only tier 9, and that way you drop a lot of tier 9s when you run channels as well, or like any tier 10, right? You drop a lot of tier 9s. So what happens here is like I just sell all my vaults. Vaults today are going for 4.5 to 4.5 easy sales, and then 5 chaos. You can sell it if you set a larger, a bulk buy, right? You can get like maybe like 10% more if you set a bulk sell on PoE trade shops. And so that's pretty good, right? You sell all these, so you get basically think about it as 4.5 chaos whenever a vault map drops. And since it drops so often, it's like, oh, it's easy chaos, right? So pretty relaxing there. And then once again, Spider Forest 4 or 5 chaos every time you see one drop, and it drops a lot when you have this shaped. Okay, like I have fields, and that drops a whole lot. So that's basically what I'm doing. And then T12 and above, complete all. So T12 through T16, just complete everything. That's what I'm doing, because I never run my T12s. I don't really sell my T12s and above. And because I run channels, the boss can sometimes drop a T12, but it's like so rare that it doesn't factor into like any of your decisions at all, or at least my decisions, right? Because I just want to like run this all day. So just a little recap: tier 9, I have vaults only, because I sell every single one of these that drop. You imagine it, every time it drops, 4.5 chaos, yay, it's a lot of monies. Tier 10, only shaped channels, because I want to run these all day, every day. And then T11, I have fields, but that's just for testing purposes. I would, if I only cared about like just getting some chaos, and you're like just a casual player, just shape Spider Forest and sell each one of these that drops, and that's monies. And like if you just do this all day and sell 9 and 11s, it's a lot of chaos. Like it adds up real quick. So I kind of like that. Other things to consider, overall, just it doesn't matter too much. I mean, you just kind of, my advice to everyone who has is just like shape whatever you have fun with first, right? Because if you have fun with a map, you run it more, you play longer, you make more monies, and don't worry about like what's the most efficient if you don't have fun, right? Lots of people hate channels, lots of people hate Spideys, lots of people hate vaults. So you just play whatever if you want to play, and it won't be too big a deal. And that's about it. Looking to the future, I don't think I would change too much. I really like channels, and I use a lot of divines on like rolling like Biscos and then reselling them and stuff. But like before I had like 50 something divines, and it's all just from tabby sales. Do I have any tabby sales? I mean, I have a stack right here, but yeah, you get so many tabular cards, and that feels really good. So that's what I'm doing for Atlas. And the other shapings, I get asked a lot about like, what do you shape like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That doesn't matter. I only have this and like field shape, right? That's it. I don't have anything else shaped. All my other shapers orbs are on Zaba right here. See, I didn't even do it because I don't care. And you can do whatever you want for the lower tiers and the super high tiers. Just pick whichever map you enjoy. All right. Thanks. If you have any questions, you can ask me, or come ask me on stream or whatever. Okay. Bye-bye.